Welcome back to the Soul and Strategy podcast. And today I wanted to talk to you about what it means to create a soul-led business and a soul business. What do the words mean? What does it mean for you? And what is maybe not a soul-led business? So for me, and the reason why I wanted to choose these words and why I often talk about soul-led or soul business is because I believe that the reason why you want to start a business, or why I started a business, why I wanted to become a yoga teacher and a coach and help other people, is not to make money. It's not to just be a business owner or an entrepreneur because it's cool. I wanted to do that, and probably you want as well, because I have a calling to start a business and to help other people, more so to help others and inspire others and lead them into their highest version rather than just starting a business itself. So there is a reason why we have this calling. If we think about our soul and our purpose here on this earth, there is a reason why we have a dream in general. It could be, starting a business, but it also could be moving abroad. Because what happens if we have a dream, if we have a calling, you can imagine, yourself here on this little earth, and then the dream maybe further up somewhere in the universe, something that is not yet manifested, something that is just an idea, just a vision. So what happens if we start following this calling? It means that we are growing. It means that we need to try and do things that we have never done before. It means that we are evolving, our identity, our personality is growing. So a soul-led business is not just creating a business for the sake of creating a business. It is actually a manifestation process. It is actually a personal growth process. It's probably the biggest personal growth you could ever gone through, because starting a business will reveal all your limiting beliefs, all your fears, all your doubts about being visible or getting rejected, maybe money blocks, maybe the fear of not being good enough and create enough transformation. All of that will become visible once you start walking the path and following your calling, which is also why a big part of the work that I do is not only the strategy and implementation part of how to get your first clients, but actually a big part of what I do is working through those fears, is working through these doubts, because naturally, once you start moving towards your calling, they will appear. And then what often happens is that in the first stage, we have a calling, and maybe you first ignore it because it feels too scary. Maybe you've been sitting with this idea for months, maybe even for years, and you still haven't really taken any action. So that might be stage one. Maybe you're in that stage currently, or maybe you've gone through it already. Then the next stage is when we start moving forward. It still feels scary, but we have now decided that we want to make it work, that we want to go onto that path and create that reality for ourselves. That might feel really exciting, also scary. And then at some stage, there might be a point where you're wondering, why am I doing this? Is this ever going to work? Will I ever see the results I want to see? Will I ever see the impact I want to create? Is it actually all worth it? All the time, all the sweat, all the money, all the resources, all the sacrifices as well, the trade-offs that I put into this project, into my mission. Is it actually ever going to pay off? Is it actually worth it? And if you're at that stage right now, I want you to know to please don't give up, because it is so natural that between where you currently are and your dream, your calling, there will be roadblocks. There will be stones and rocks that, the universe and naturally life will put in your way. And those are those pivotal moments where you will grow the most, where your soul business is actually creating the purpose why it's there, right? Because your soul-led business, your business is there to help you grow, to help you evolve. And that's not always smooth sailing. That's not always a linear path. There will be ups and downs, and that is natural and normal in every business, for every dream, for every mission. So if you're currently stuck there and thinking it might never work out, I want you to know to not give up, that those points, that where you're currently at is actually such an important point for you. And often before the breakthrough, there's a breakdown. Things will fall apart, things might not work out. And that's actually a sign for you to, look at, what am I currently avoiding? And for me, I also had that experience where I was avoiding to run online workshops because I was afraid that I won't have anyone there live with me. So I stick to in-person workshops until one time I had 0 people sign up for the workshop, and I realized, well, I think no one signed up because I wasn't meant to run this workshop. I was meant to run online workshops and I was just avoiding it. And then once I did run my first online workshop, I actually signed 5 new clients, and everyone that I talked to, so I had 5 conversations, and all 5 people then said yes, which is 100% conversion rate on my discovery calls or value calls, which is insane, because normally that's not the standard. But I could only create that result because I had that breakdown before. So when I had 0 people sign up to that workshop, I thought, this is never going to work. I don't have any clients. What am I going to do? Maybe this business itself doesn't work. Maybe I should just give up. Why am I putting so much effort and energy in there? And then when I realized what I was avoiding and I pivoted towards that, that's when things started to take off. So here, the pivot that I was doing was really just leading me into another level of growth. I was staying in my comfort zone of running in-person workshops because I've done many in-person workshops, but in online workshop felt uncomfortable and new to me, and that's why I was avoiding it. But once I was leaning into this roadblock, into this challenge, into these rocks that life threw at me on the path to my calling, that's when I actually started growing and started embodying that next level of me that could hold more people and that could, create more revenues, more impact in her business. So if you're on this path to creating a business, on this path towards your calling, know that there will always be blocks and there will always be challenges along your way. And those are the most important parts, because your soul business is here for helping you to grow, for helping you to expand, for helping you step into that next level. That's the purpose of your dream. That's the purpose of your vision, is to bring you to that level, to the person who can actually hold and create that vision. Because right now, maybe you can't see yourself serving 20, 30, 40, maybe 100 people, or speaking on big stages, or receiving a lot of money, or being visible to thousands and thousands of people. So we slowly need to take steps towards building that identity that feels safe enough and comfortable enough to receive all of that, to receive the people, the money, the eyeballs, the feedback as well, and opinions of other people. And that's the job of your soul-led business. That's the job of your dream, to help you move forward, to help you expand. And that's why a soul-led business is not just any business. You're not just starting a random business and you heard someone, oh, there's a lot of money in, I don't know, real estate or whatever it is. Let's go and open a real estate company. No, you're not doing it for the money. You're not doing it to get rich or to retire at 40 or 50 or whenever. You're doing it because you feel called to create something. Your soul feels called to expand, to grow, to impact other people. And that's the essence of a soul-led business. So I hope that made sense, and maybe you saw yourself in there. And if you're in this point where you're doubting, know that it's always an up and down, and that those moments when it feels hard, that's exactly when you need to keep going and you need to just try, especially the thing that you're avoiding, because the breakthrough is on the other side of the breakdown and of the challenge. So I hope you're feeling inspired by this. I hope you're taking something away. Leave me a comment with your biggest takeaways or connect with me on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions, ideas, suggestions for new topics, new episodes, also let me know. And if you enjoyed this episode, follow the podcast and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for being here.